Hi, everybody. Welcome to another Toy of the Day here on Kastor's Corner. I'm your host, Khalil. Thank you guys for joining us for day 37. I can't believe we've gotten this far. It's kind of, it's really nice. It's nice to have kept up with this for 37 days and continue to go as long as I can until I run out of toys. And considering how much is coming in the mail over the next few months, I don't think I'm going to run out. And we might have something really big to show you tomorrow. We'll see. So today started with a bunch of messages, phone calls, and stuff saying stuff was out and about, but I worked. So I took, during my lunch break, instead of eating, I went and grabbed a toy at a local Target and went back to work. And then afterwards, I'm late because I took a nap. And then I got another message that another toy was waiting for me. And so instead of doing the video, I ran out and got it, and I decided to make it the toy of the day. And while I was in the store looking for said hidden toy that was left for me by another fellow collector, you know who you are, thank you very much. Well, you know, if we don't hide stuff, then we'll never find it because Target hides it, so we can hide it. Anyway, so as I was looking for it, or, you know, walking through, I got a message from our friends at Adventures in Collecting, and you know, just talking about something unrelated, and I said, oh, by the way, thanks to you, I'm going to get this figure. And we were talking about it, and so the figure is Hollywood Hulk Hogan, this guy right here. And so as we were driving, as I was walking, I was thinking about, like, why am I getting this figure? As I was driving there, I was like 9 o'clock at night. Why am I driving to a Target, you know, half an hour away, to get this figure? And because, you know, I don't collect wrestling figures, because it's a rabbit hole that would be very dangerous. And so, you know, when Eric texted me while I was in the store, I answered and said, hey, I'm getting this. And he goes, you know that they're going to do a red and yellow version of Hogan later this year. There's a fan poll up that Mattel's putting out saying, what Ultimate Hulk do you want to see? I'm having trouble with his glasses. Sorry. I'm being distracted by his glasses. They were asking, like, what Ultimate version do you want of him in the red and yellow? And I thought about it for a second. And honestly, all the red and yellow looks for him, I mean, it's the iconic look, right? It's the red and blue Spider-Man. It's the red, white, and blue Cap. It's the blue and gray Batman for me. It's the Dick Grayson Robin. It's the iconic colors that you want to see him in. But for me, I'm not doing the 80s. I did the 80s. I really enjoyed it. I really like the things they're doing. That Andre the Giant is going to be really hard to pass on. And honestly, I probably won't. But the rabbit hole of, I would need a junkyard dog, and I'd need, you know, Rick Rude, and I'd have to go back and get Jake the Snake. And then, you know, it's just the rabbit hole because of my dad. And so I thought really long and hard, why do I want this Hulk? And I wish I had, I don't think the box is in here anymore. I think I brought it back downstairs. So why did I get this Hulk Hogan? Or why was this one the important one to get? Well, so, well, you're going to get story time instead of full figure review. I'll do the figure review. But I don't even know. I'll be honest with you. I have to look up. I will look up while I'm here talking to you guys. When, let's see, The Rock, Hogan, WrestleMania 18. So at WrestleMania 18, The Rock stood in the squared circle, as they call it. And they built up to that. They built up to that, like that moment. WrestleMania 18, and that was in 2002. So in 2002, they were building up to this moment where The Rock was going to come back, and WCW and WCW and WWE were, you know, colliding, and they were coming together. WWE bought them out, and, you know, all the WCW stars were coming in, that, you know, and everybody was hopeful that Hogan would come over or come back. And Brian and I went to a Raw before WrestleMania, and we got to see The Rock. We got to see a lot of the big stars, and I remember sitting in Brian's parents' living room watching that WrestleMania with Brian, and just it wasn't on the level of Endgame, but it was one of those Endgame moments where it was like the new and the old, and they come together and they're fighting in the ring, and you're watching this match and they're throwing everything at it, and Rock is selling Hogan's moves and Hogan is selling The Rock's moves, and you can just feel it. Like you know, we're not even in the arena, and we could feel the energy that at the end of the day, even though going into the match Hogan was the heel, there was something that kind of switched during the match that changed it. And this Hogan with the blue lightning is the Hogan that I remember that kind of reignited it for me and really kind of cemented my love for wrestling. And I don't know if that'll ever happen again. I don't know. It was just kind of like, it was at that high moment. And even though my ex-wife told me she didn't like me watching wrestling anymore, and Brian, kept that connection to my dad alive. So it really was a real emotional, fun, like good emotional moment. So I don't necessarily need, and I may buy it, we'll see. But I don't need to get that Hogan. This is the Hogan that when I put out my figures, this is the Hogan that will stay next to The Rock and Triple H and Lita and Stone Cold and maybe a couple others down the line. But so that's why I got this Hogan, for the emotional connection that I can put with those two figures. As an Ultimate figure, the detail work from the custom boots with Hogan's portrait on it, and I know it's hard to see with the light. I'll see if I can pull it back, but it's got a portrait of Hollywood Hulk Hogan with the NWO on both sides, as well as the NWO logo on the inside of the boot. It's got the blue lightning. It's got the Hollywood across the trunks. It's got the NWO lift belt. It's got the ripped T-shirt. Looks like he straight out of the 80s. Comes with the NWO belt, championship belt, spray painted. You get the boa, feather boa, of course. You get the sunglasses. Oh, too low. You get the feather boa. So I can take that off. I wanted it to be feather. I really did. I mean, it looks great. Sculpting, don't get me wrong. Steve, the whole team, I think the feather boa looks good. And I get it because it falls right on him. It looks good. But for an Ultimate figure, kind of wanted feathers. But I get it. It makes sense. Aesthetically, it looks really good. He does have his shades, his glasses. They fit pretty good. They fit right on his face. He comes with the skull cap, Hollywood on it, and pops off. Hogan is bald, very bald. You get open hands, so he can hold on to things with this. He also comes with two closed fists, so you can punch. I really wanted the finger. I'm telling you, the finger should have been in there, but it isn't. You get a smiling Hulk and a screaming Hulk. Both of them, I think, look good with. I think they look really good with the skull cap with the bandana on. Any of them, like the smiling one, looks very creepy, to be honest with you, but it looks great with the glasses and the bandana. Gotta figure out how to. So it looks great with the glasses and the bandana. It really does. Same thing. The yelling head. I don't know how he'll look with the. No, the yelling head looks pretty good too. If I can figure out how to. Yelling head looks pretty good with the glasses. The bandana sells it though because the hair is really matted. The hair really gets matted down in the back because the bandana kind of covers. Same thing with the Triple H. The cool feature here though is that Hogan is known for ripping off his shirt. And instead of just doing a shirt that kind of forms over him, what they did was they put Velcro right down the front. And if I can do this, he can do the standard or the iconic shirt rip. It does rip right open like that, so he can do the peel. And then you get just fighting Hogan. So you get a half naked Hogan right here, half naked middle aged Hogan. Got good articulation all around the shoulders, the butterfly shoulders that come around. I think it is, for an ultimate figure, I think it's really good. The details work really well. For a wrestling figure, also really good. I think the ultimates are lighter in weight. They've got that opening. The chest is a lot lighter because of all the articulation points. The bottom legs are pretty solid. He can do the big leg drop. So it's fun. It really is. It's just fun. Happy to have them. Really great to have this, and not sorry at all. It's a price tag. It's $30, so it's a little more pricey for this guy for the ultimate line, but well worth it. And considering Target gave me my last ultimate for $5, I'll take this one for 30. I think I'm still ahead of the game. So yeah, you can pick this up at Target. Shipping now. Don't pay the $60 on Amazon. Those secondary sellers are just trying to wipe out your money. He's just hitting stores now. Give it a few weeks. And I think only 1 or 2 hit the shelves at a time. So just wait it out a little bit. Give it a little bit of time before you jump on those. But yeah, so there he is. NWO, Hollywood Hulk Hogan from the Ultimate WWE line from Mattel. And tomorrow, if what I think is coming, it's a big one. If not, we got other stuff. We got plenty of other stuff. Oh, I picked up these guys today. So, I can't tell. This guy and this guy. And of course, King of the 80s there. So they were going to be tonight, but Hogan took over. Thank you all for watching. Check out the podcast. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. We're at Kastor's Corner, and the podcast is on Apple iTunes, Cornercast Podcast. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow for day 38, I believe. Night, guys.